Brother's computer. There we go. All right, yay, we are recording. Okay, so all right, here's my big idea, guys. First off, how are you guys doing?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. This I am going to be honest, I feel guilty this first couple weeks that we've been doing going for goals. Like I've been doing work and I've been signing people up and following up, but I haven't been following my IPA sheet every week. I've done my full IPA sheets 1 week that I did half, and then this week it's like I've been doing all the work, but I haven't been writing it down. So I'm like, oh, it's been crazy. And I know you guys know, I mean, in the middle of a remodel and everything else that's going on, it's been crazy. But one idea, this is my main idea, but since I'm talking about going for goals, I'm noticing a couple of things. Either people are not reporting in that they've done their IPA, or they're sending it to me personally in a personal message, a snapshot of their IPA sheet. And usually the IPA sheet is not fully filled out. And I'm not talking like the section about drinking your water and did you take your supplements. I don't care about that as much. You know I do. But to where they'll have like one person that they reached out to or no people and they just followed up. So I've been kind of munching on this and I'm thinking, I think we need to do a how-to video and a how-to instruction on what going for goals is all about. I know I typed it up. I know we kind of talked it out a little bit. But I think we need to like just go through and be like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. Like I fill my sheet out like Sunday night or Monday. And I'm like, all right, who am I gonna contact this week? So I go through my messenger, and it doesn't have to be done this way. Please understand, it doesn't have to be done this way because sometimes it changes. What's wrong? Oh, you're stuck. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that hurt. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah. Don't play with. So it doesn't have to be done that way. What it does for me though is it takes the thinking out of it on the day of. And I just grab my IPA sheet and start contacting the people. So I try to set myself up for the week. So I'll Sunday night or Monday, I'll bust through, all right, who's my 15 people? And who's my 15 ambassadors I'm gonna check on. And so I set myself up to where all I have to do is grab my page and go, okay, boom, boom, boom. This is who I'm talking to. So last week I didn't set myself up for that. So I've been talking to people and I signed people up, you know, over the weekend. I talked to customers tonight and all that. So I'm still doing the work, but I don't have the proof of it. And this is what I want to do is kind of explain in a video. Either set yourself up on Sunday or Monday for the whole week, or write it down with each person that you're doing and screenshot that you've completed it and have those screenshots. I don't know if we should be like screenshot it and send it to your sponsor or screenshot it, because I don't want 30 screenshots of people's stuff. So I'm like, we could have screenshots and send it to your sponsor, or but just for that kind of added accountability. But I think I need to walk through, this is what we mean by doing an IPA. It's not talking, and the one person in particular that was sending me their screenshots was talking to and following up with the same person for 3 days. So they're not expanding their network. Hold on just a second. Stop it. fine. You need to go play with something. Go get Toby. Hey, Toby. Trig and Aubrey, lay down. Tobias, come here, please.
He's a cute little guy. Very busy. Gosh. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Good.
All right, give me just a couple minutes. Okay, so I think if I went through and did a how-to video and posted that and what we expected, and let's just say this first quarter was a test run and we were getting the kinks out. So I don't want to kick anybody out. I don't want to necessarily reprimand anybody. I just want to say, okay, we were figuring out how things were going to go. This first quarter was a test run. Now this is what we expect. This is the accountability level. We want to see your work. What do you guys think of that?
I guess. So basically to do 3 sheets in 1 week, right?
Right.
So basically doing 15 people in 1 week.
Right.
Right. So I have a hard time when I look at that, I go, I have to do 5 people today. But not necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be two people a day, or 3 people a day for 5 days. I can do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can kind of be, I think in the Hawaii group, it was 3 people a day, right?
2.
It was 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it could be 2 a day. Well, I guess one day it would be 3. So it's pretty much, because 7 times 2 is 14. So
yeah, well, it was 5 days, two people a day.
Okay,
so it was only 10 people a week, but yeah. I don't know if anybody else is, if it's just me, because I freeze a lot.
Okay.
But just looking at a list of 5 people a day, if that bothers them,
Okay.
You could just put it out there that you don't have to do it 5 people in 1 day. You could do 3 one day, or just equal it out.
Right. Yeah. I forgot that the Hawaii group was only 5 days. That's a good point. We could back it off and say 3, 6, 9. Do at least 3 people. 3, 6, 9. Do at least 9 people, and the numbers 4 and 5 are bonus if you think of somebody else. So we're looking for at least 1, 2, and 3 being filled out on 3 days. So doing 3 days worth of work, 3 people each day. And then those last 2 lines are bonus people if you think of bonus people. I think that's a really good point, because 5 is daunting, especially if you've worked hard all week and you're having to save it for the weekend. 15 people in 2 days is hard. I mean, 9 people in 2 days is hard, but
yeah. I don't know. It's just, me, I just kind of freeze up whenever there's stuff. So I don't know if anybody else is like me, or if I'm just special.
No, no. I mean, there's been the first week was really hard, and I was playing catch up, and it's a lot to think, man, I missed 1 day, and that adds 5 more to my next work day. So that's overwhelming. It's a lot to think about. So we could back that off. And I kind of like the idea of being like, hey, we expect 3, but you could do some bonus day. You've got some bonus room for bonus people. If you can do 5, awesome. Extra credit always motivated me. I don't know why. If I saw extra credit, I was always like, ha, I'm going to do the extra credit. But then if I did procrastinate on something, it was always like, okay, cool. Well, at least I got what was expected done. So I don't know. I don't know if that would be helpful or not. Okay, so let's think about that. We have some time before the quarter is over. We have all of March. So this is kind of what was just going in the back of my head. Like, I don't want to say anything on going for all goals. I don't want them to like loosen up and be like, oh, this is just a trial run. I just want to say it at the end and be like, okay, here's what we learned doing this the first time, and here's what we're going to do going into the second quarter. So I don't want to say anything. I'm just like throwing this out here to you guys. I don't want to change anything. I just want, this is what I'm trying to learn from and make it better for the next quarter. Okay, so I have this crazy idea to open up Renewed Hope to anyone that even tries the product. So anyone we even send samples to. So maybe not reserving it for people who have ordered, but anyone who we've even sent 1 stick of Slim to. I'm really thinking it would be, because I really love this concept of running events in Renewed Hope. I just want to perfect it. And I really love the idea of this being a way for us to get our 0 PVers involved and for them to see traction. And so I think I'd like to open it up and it kind of be an opportunity for you to be like, hey, especially birthdays. Like, this has been a really fun thing to do is when somebody has a birthday on Facebook, say, hey, I hope your day is going great. Happy birthday. One thing I love to do for all my friends on Facebook who have a birthday is send them a sample. Would you be open to me sending you a sample for your special day? On me, my treat, blah, blah. And they say, oh, sure, that sounds great. You get their info and you send them the sample and say, awesome. I'm going to quickly add you to my group. This way, when you get your product, you can try it and it's a great place to find support. And so you add them to the group, they get their sample, and then you can follow up with them. Hey, you got this. Let me tag you in the info of what you got in your sample. And then they're in there and we can continue to drip on people. Okay, I'll take care of it in a minute, Totes. Thank you. What do you guys think about that? Okay.
I'm a little bit confused.
So, you know how Renewed Hope is only open for customers and ambassadors, people who have ordered Plexus? Right. So we only let people, we only invite people to join Renewed Hope who are actually customers ordering. So I'm thinking about opening up the page for even people we send a sample to, even somebody we just hand a stick of Slim to. We say, hey, I'm going to add you to my support group and I'll tag you in information about the product. This way we're getting potentials in there too. I think adding potentials is going to be super fun and a way for us to get a little bit more traction on events and have some more traction for 0 PVers to notice information. I think it would be a really cool way to grow our group. And this idea of, because I love the idea of having an event inside Renewed Hope so that we continually drip on the people that are ordering under 100 PV, the people that are at 0 PV, and just the people that love their product but want to try something more, and they're just, or maybe even those that, have been curious about running the business. Like, I think we can really make Renewed Hope a place to effectively drip on people. What do you guys think?
Third-party validation.
Yes, third-party validation. Exactly.
Didn't Jen have Hope open to at one time to just interest seekers?
She has two pages. She had a hope page for her ambassadors and customers, and then she had another one for potential. And that one is still open. Like Becca and Corey still post in there. And
Was that just the one that just has information,
right.
product information?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about opening up Renewed Hope to both. Because go ahead, Mitzi.
Oh, so the question, what do you think about using the Facebook group that was already set up by Team Fire called the Health and Happiness Lounge? You know, that group that I'm talking about, because they do like the team events, I think once a month. And so for the whole month, they collect the people that they've already sent samples to. They have a list of those people during that month, and they're added to special events that will happen during that week that the Team Fire is planning on doing the in the Facebook group in the Health and Happiness Lounge.
Right.
So I don't see why we couldn't add those people to that page, because that has all the product information available. And also they would see a lot of the feedback information from people who are commenting. And, you know, then they can listen to testimonials too. And sometimes there are live links on the page. I don't know. I'm not sure about adding them to the team page, our team page, but I thought maybe the Health and Happiness Lounge would be a good one instead.
The only issue I see there is we have a lot of deaf people, and I would have to coordinate with everyone who goes live, because the deaf people would be frustrated because all the lives don't have closed captioning. So that's one thing I see there. Now they could like record it and upload it to YouTube, and I just know that when Team Fire does an event in the Health and Happiness Lounge, they usually do a lot of lives. How do you feel about that? So that's my one thought there.
Yeah, I did notice that.
So that's my one thought. I think it would be hard to coordinate all that and help them understand. I mean, we could, but I would love for Renewed Hope to be that, to where we can have, and I think we can, like, I think our page is doable to where we can have a great team page, because we don't have a ton of traffic. And so I think we could grow to the point where we're like, okay, yeah, we're too big for doing events right here. Now we can have an event page or join in on a sideline event page. But I think for right now, we don't have a ton of traffic, and it's a great opportunity to drip on the people that are already there. And we know all 362 people in there are ordering Plexus or have ordered Plexus.
Mm-hmm.
So why not add in some potentials and get a little bit more action going with events and with information, and build that up a little bit to really kind of get some more action going and some more culture going. And I don't care. I'm kind of, at first I was like, oh, I don't want to bother potentials with business talk, or I don't want the potentials to feel like they're being sold to. Pleh, pleh, pleh. Don't care anymore. This is what we do. I am so passionate about it. The business is awesome. And if they don't think so, then they can leave. So it's totally fine with me. Like, I'm just to that point where, like, you should be doing this. Like, this is the train we're on, and you should be on it too. So but I want to also build a culture where we want to educate you about what you're taking. So we handed you 3 days worth of Slim, and we're going to tag you in the information about it and some testimonies from some people who have taken Slim. I don't know. I'm just kind of totally rethinking our team page. I think it needs to be potentials too. Like it can still be considered a team page. It's just going to have people in there that we want on our team. You should be doing this. We want you here. Jump in. That kind of thing. I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to switch the idea of just a team page because I feel like we have the culture we need in the renewed leaders chat. Like that's where everybody goes who's working it or curious or building up their health journey. That's where they go to ask the questions. They don't necessarily ask in the team page. They ask in the chat, which is great. And I think that's kind of our team chat where we have people who are serious about what they're doing. But then we can have our team page, which is like, this is a window into what we do and how passionate we are. And if you jump in this, you can also be added to the chat and get into more culture. So I don't know. I kind of think we need to open it up is where I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
And with the, I think it's kind of also with the development of going for goals with that group accountability, we have that strong business focus. So I think we can take renewed hope and really open it to potentials. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm not, I want Ember to see this and I kind of want to talk about it, but that's kind of the direction I'm thinking we should go and just kind of start adding people every time we send a sample out. Because there's so many times when I send a sample out that I'm like, oh, I should add her to my team page. And I was like, oh, well, I need to wait till she orders. And I've done that a couple times. And so at this point, I'm like, time to just change that.
Yeah. Then it's hard to keep track of who's being added by who. Like, or there's a few times, where like, well, who does this person belong to and how did they get added to the invite list?
Right.
So yeah, I don't know how to.
And I think that's a great question. And I think it's totally free to ask that. Hey, who invited you to the page? Let me see if I can connect with them. I think that's a totally.
At one time we were going to have a list of, or like 1 or 2 questions. I mean, that could be it. Like,
yes.
Who invited you to our page? This is great to see your face.
Cool. I love it. Yes, we were going to have questions. This is why I talk to you guys. You remember things that I forget. Questions for entry into Renewed Hope. That's right.
And it could just be simple, like, who invited you? I don't think we want to get too more personal, right?
Right. Yeah. Who invited you? And
since we're open it to the public.
Right.
Yeah.
One question.
Nancy had a question, I think.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that anyone from your down list, if they were planning on inviting any of the people who had been contacted and had already been sent samples, then you can let their sponsor know so that the sponsor can have a heads up and be aware that they can keep a lookout for those potentials and be able to monitor the group for that. And that'd be something that they would know.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay, cool. This is helpful. Did you guys see the bingo sheet? The onboarding bingo sheet?
Is that different than it used to be?
Yes.
I got it from a gal who's a Ruby, senior Ruby. She's in and it's an onboarding, and I posted it a little while ago, so it might be the same one we're thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like her onboarding. So it's just getting started bingo. And so is your subscription set to 100 PV? It's celebrated at a pop-up party, which I'm kind of thinking about taking this same idea and then just making ours, because I guess a pop-up party would be anything that pops up in Renewed Hope as a party. Drink half your body weight in ounces of water. Add a friend to accountability group. Again, I think that needs to be clarified a little bit for our team. And then in the background of this one, it says Team Tiff, Plexus Rockstars. So I think I want to take this and make a Renewed Hope one, which would be easy to do. Anyway, I signed up 2 gals last week, and they're business partners. Sorry. Oh, my stars. I can't stop yawning. And I sent this to them and I was like, hey, this is something fun that our team does. I'm going to add you guys to my team page. Check this out. And, you know, you'll win prizes for a bingo that you get. Oh, that reminds me. I need to send. Sorry. I need to make something up. And so I want to do this for onboarding. Like every new ambassador gets one of these. And it's just such an easy way. Like one of these is do a shout out for your sponsor on Facebook. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Make a post about a healthy meal, attend a happy hour, which that needs to be changed to like, they used to call them happy hours on Plexus Corporate, but attend a welcome to Plexus Zoom. Help a friend get started, commit to movement, list 3 things you like about yourself. So just kind of different things. And once they get a bingo, then they get a prize, or they, you know, win a sample product or something like that. I love. Go ahead.
I think it'd be a good thing to do for going for goals, as a fun thing to do in there.
Yes.
But on the main page, I mean, it'd be great for someone who is just beginning to give their sponsor a shout out, right?
Yeah.
And then see how easy it's going. So maybe you could do it. I don't know if we wanted to do it like once a month. And I don't know if you give people, I don't know, a month seems too long because you forget.
Yeah, it's almost like a week, I think, because I mean,
or do it. Are you guys frozen?
Are you? I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe you stop and think.
No, I'm not frozen. I can see.
Okay. Maybe not every month, because like if you're trying to do an event, or maybe do it at the close of one of the events. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if you want to do it every month.
You know what?
Too much.
I kind of want to just hand this over to people who are working it and tell them this is your onboarding. Like every time you sign on an ambassador, send them this. And you can make the gifts so simple. Like they could just say, you know, they could do a thank you card and a sticker. Or yay, you got a bingo. And they get a stick of Slim and a sticker, or Plexus body cream and a sticker, or something like that. Like, I think it's great for getting new ambassadors started. And I think going for goals, like it would be a great thing to probably have them work through the bingo. Because I think it would probably be great for a lot of people that are in there, but also tell them when you sign somebody on, you're gonna, you know, this is how you're gonna help them get going. It's a fun way to get them going, is kind of my thought there. Does that make sense?
Question. So for the onboarding bingo, is that for people who are signed up, right? So you're sending that bingo to them and asking them to participate in the bingo, not as a team, like team
Right.
thing that we're doing together, correct?
Right. It's individuals. Individuals would be doing it. I think that there's a lot of people in the Going for Goals group that should work through the bingo individually, because I think it would be a good practice for them. But yes, new ambassadors that are signing up, it's a way to get them started. It's a getting started bingo. It's how this one gal onboards her new people. So yes. Okay, I talked about that. Talked about that. I talked about that. Sorry. Going through my notes here. Okay, this week I was gonna see if you guys could do a video. Oh, stars. I've got to see when I have 2 people that were going to do a video for me in the health and wellness field, but I haven't touched base with them. But I was wondering if we could do videos this week, just like a 3-minute video about, like I've been doing on Mondays, talk about the product you're taking, talk about how you're doing so far, talk about what you've noticed, and talk about your tip for inflammation. You could make it fun. You could mix up your slim and your active right there on the screen and talk about, I mix it up and this is what I take in the morning. And you could even do a little like, this is what active does for you. This is why I love, whatever product it is. Let me make myself a note here. And then do like a 3-minute video and send it to me, and I will run it through my captions and then and post it. So if you guys could do that, that would be amazing. Tony, I know you're Tuesday and this is like really short notice, but surprise!
Guys, I already have my post for tomorrow.
We'll do 2.
Do 2.
Yep, let's do 2. And I mean, your video can be like in the evening. Just get it to me at some point, and hopefully I'll get it done and post it by the evening.
So you want me to do it on something I'm doing? Okay.
Yeah, something you're doing, and then like a tip about inflammation. Like I talked about how I've already stopped my craving for sugar in my tea. So, which I didn't expect, maybe something you didn't expect, or something you learned, or something you are learning. Just making it personal to where I don't want it to always feel like you should do this and you should do that. I want it to just be like, this is what we're learning and we're learning with you.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. I've been looking at seed oils, so.
Nice.
And my mayonnaise. I mean, not my I don't know. I tried to make mayonnaise. It was fun.
Nice.
Actually, it's a new blender that makes a huge mess.
Oh no.
When you open it up to put the oil in, it just spews everywhere. So it's a mess. But anyway.
That sounds like a great video. I love it already. You should definitely talk about that.
I'm not going to show you me making my mayonnaise. So I already have a new jar.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay. Really quick, I want to read to you guys this wording. This is going to sound very disjointed because this is wording that I was jotting down as fast as my little fingers could type during my coaching call last week. So this gal is a rock star in her wording when she talks to potentials. She makes everything about them, and she talks very little. And so one question that she asks is, what is 3 to 5 things do you wish you could change about your health or how you feel? And so you let them think about it. Tell me 3 to 5 things that you wish you could change about your health or how you feel. And then you pick something. Okay, so let's say they were like, well, and she's like, I'll have some people be like, well, I don't really know. I don't know. And so then you say, okay, pretend I'm a magic genie and I could just poof, change 3 to 5 things about your health or how you feel. And then people are like, well, okay, like I wish I had more energy. I wish I slept better. I wish I didn't have so many aches and pains. So then you pick something. So aches and pains, tell me more about that. So this is a key phrase. Tell me more about that. So this is to pull them out a little bit. You want them talking. You want them telling you about what they're going through. And then she adds them to her page. This is where I got the idea. She adds them to her page, even if they're just interested, so that she can drip on them. So she does not have a close to ambassadors and preferred customers. She says, if they are interested, they're in my page. After they get in the page, this is so great. After she gets them in the page, they accept the invitation. She offers them a wellness coaching. She calls it wellness coaching. And she sets them up in her calendar. Hey, I offer 30-minute wellness coaching for everybody that's in my team page. I would love to chat with you. And so then and a wellness coaching is just talking about them, talking about their wellness goals, and then talking about what Plexus has to offer them that could help. And she calls it wellness coaching. She goes over their success with Plexus, what they could expect, what other people have found. She talks about water, she talks about consistency, and she talks about communication with me. Those are the 4 things she goes over. How you find success with Plexus is water, consistency, and communication with me. If she has somebody interested in the business side, how you find success with the business is consistently pouring into yourself and others and communication with me. So those are her things that she stays focused in on. Consistency, pouring into yourself and others, and communication with me. When she's talking about getting the
question.
Yes.
Okay, so you were talking about the 30 minutes wellness coaching, and so would that be individual, one-on-one, or would that be with the whole team?
No, so when she adds somebody to her page, she contacts them personally and she tells them, hey, for everyone that is in my page, I offer them a wellness coaching, so it's individual. Yeah.
Okay.
One thing that she says is when people are looking to purchase the welcome packs, when they're looking at the 109 or the 209, this never crossed my mind. Like, I didn't think this, but she has a different perspective. She always thinks that if somebody's trying to sell her something more expensive, they're just trying to upsell her because they get more money. She's like, that's how I think. That's how my brain thinks. She's like, I'm always like, you're just trying to get more money for yourself. And she started laughing. So she says it, she just calls it out. She says, our compensation plan does not reward us for upselling you. It rewards us to find a fit for helping, it rewards us for helping you reach your goals. It rewards us for helping you reach your goals. She's like, seriously? So this is what she usually says when she's in a 3-way. So if I was in a 3-way conversation with Mitzi and a potential, and I'm sitting there talking about this, I could say, you know what? It sounds like the welcome pack for $209 would be really beneficial to you. You know, our variety pack would be awesome. And I just want to let you know, our compensation plan does not reward us for upselling you. It rewards us for helping you reach your goals. So seriously, Mitzi is going to get like $5 more for you getting the big set instead of the small one. So just know that we're just looking out for your best interest here. So I liked that kind of little planted seed. So you can kind of read people's body language as you're talking to them. If you bring up the 209 and they kind of shut down a little bit, it might be something to mention. So I just liked that wording. We are focused on you reaching your goals. Another gal, she does wellness checks through emails and messaging. And she'll go back through at the end of every month. And so everyone that joined, so it's February right now, so everyone that joined in January gets a wellness check the next month. So in February, she checks on everybody. So we had 10 ambassadors join my team in January. So I would send a wellness check to all 10 of those and just say, hey, my name is Iris. I'm part of your Plexus family. I just, checking in on you, and I wanted to make sure that you knew what was available to you. So I loved that. I was like, man, I need to be doing this for my team. So I'm going to start doing these wellness check emails, and I'm seriously, she makes it generic and she copies and pastes and puts it in there. But she basically, leads them to the Facebook page, but she'll introduce herself and then, friend them on Facebook and introduce herself in Messenger as well. But these wellness checks, and there's, she'll make sure people know about the specials or what's going on in February, or the perks points. She'll mention the perks points in there. So I thought that was a really great thing. And it's just for whoever joined the month before. She's not emailing her whole downline. She's just doing a wellness check. And it's just, it would just be third-party confirmation coming from me to y'all's people that you signed up. Be like, hey, I'm part of your Plexus family. This is what's available for you. And, wanting you to know about perks points and things like that. I'm sure, I'm sure Tony has followed up with you. I'm sure Mitzi's followed up with you, but just so you know, that kind of thing. So
you're going to do that to everybody that becomes new ambassador?
I want to.
Everybody's downline?
Just like, so I can go, because I can go right here, watch. So this is how easy this is. So I can go right here to new ambassadors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for the love of Pete. It always signs me out when I don't want it to. I just wish it would keep me signed in. Like, just don't. Okay, so January, 9 people signed up. So 9 people in January. So I come down here to January.
Mm-hmm.
And I can actually export this data. So I would export the data. I would copy all the emails. I would throw it into blind carbon copy and push it out.
Oh, okay. An email.
Yep.
All right.
And then I would probably, if I had the time, I would go through and friend them all on Facebook and do a quick Facebook message too. But it's copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste to everybody. So, but I've got somebody on my 5th line, which is super exciting. And just that added, hey, I'm on your Plexus, I'm part of your Plexus family. And just wanted to make sure, that wellness, it's just a wellness check. So it's what I would like to do for January and February.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a goal. I know it's a little lofty, but I think when she was talking about it, I was like, that's something I really want to do. I think it would help with the culture. So yeah, those are my bigger ideas. My big one is focusing in on opening up renewed Facebook page, renewed hope Facebook page to potentials. and let's keep doing events in there. And then kind of figuring out the kinks with going for goals group and having this first quarter be kind of our trial run, and then amping things up to where the responsibility or accountability is a little bit more strict in the second quarter. I kind of like this idea of going to, we expect 3 people a day, 9 people a week. Those other 2, 4 and 5, those 2 slots for names are extras. If you think of more people, but we expect the sheet to be filled out. These two squares really seriously need to be filled out for your IPA sheet to count. If you didn't put down exactly what you were thankful for or how much water you drink, we're not going to ding you for that. We're probably going to say, hey, go drink your water, but we're not going to ding you for that. Your IPA sheet is going to count if the 2 squares in the middle are completed. Otherwise, it's not going to count. That's what I think. I think I need to do a video on that. Because I know I've kind of written it down, but I don't think I was very clear. It's very general. We're like 3 days and here's an IPA sheet and fill it out. And I think I need to get more specific and write it down.
And then also I forget what's called on the IPA sheet. Potentials, talking to them. Because when we did the Hawaii momentum, you had a different definition than Brenda.
Yes.
About what that was. So when you're saying that, are you like starting the conversation or asked the question? That's the other thing.
And with it being relationship building being the focus, I think it's I don't expect you to ask 3 people to join Plexus. I don't expect you to ask 9 people a week to join Plexus. I do expect your relationship building to be 9 people a week. I should hope you're asking at least one of those. You're challenging yourself to at least ask one person to join Plexus, but you should be relationship building with 9 people. Does that?
Yeah, it does. See, that's where, because I'm stuck on asking 5 people in one day to join Plexus.
Right.
That's
big. I mean, it's doable, but it's also
you have to do a lot of time relationship building.
Yes, exactly. And we're really focused in on relationship building. And I have a perfect example. I took a screenshot of it. I'm in a couple of J-Bear mom groups, the Joint Base Elmendorf Richardson mom groups. And I am reminded, being in those mom groups, that we, my friends who know about gut health, are in the minority, not the majority. And the majority of people do not know how crucial gut health is. And these moms get on there and they start asking questions. And sometimes I just totally keep my mouth shut. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just not say anything. But more times I'm going to start commenting more, and I do it very lovingly, and I recommend doing it lovingly. But let me give you this example, and then this is what happened. It's just more confirmation for me because I kept going back to it and I was like, I'm not letting it go. This mom was like, I don't know what to do. I'm going through deep postpartum depression. I know some of you guys have been through this. Talk to me about what you've been through. The doctors say I should just try this antidepressant or this. I think I'm going to go on that, blah, blah, blah. So this is what I said. I said, hugs to you, sweet mama. I haven't read all the comments, but I bet they are filled with love and support. After my third baby, I was wrecked. No motivation, no energy, complete brain fog, and barely limping along. I didn't want to be with my kids or do laundry or clean my home. I didn't want to be a wife or a mom. I live in the most beautiful state in the US, Alaska, and it was summer with 18 plus hours of gorgeous sunlight, and I was numb and down. Then a sweet mama of 8 shared with me about gut health, balancing blood sugar, and reducing inflammation. I got on her products, and I've never been the same. If you'd like me to share about these products, I'm happy to. But most of all, I hope you find some help. So I left it at that. And a different mom said, I would like some info, please. So I friended her. And messaged her. And I was like, hey, are you going through some tough times right now? And she said, yeah, I'm actually going through a miscarriage. And I said, I'm so sorry. I've been through that 3 different times, and it is not easy. I said, I do have, 6 beautiful kids that I was blessed to carry full term. But I know that pain, and I'm so sorry. And she's like, yeah, I have 9 boys. And she's like, but this miscarriage has just wrecked me. And so I just shared with her last night. I said, so this is what happened during mine, and I learned about gut health and balancing blood sugar. I said, I'm happy to share a couple videos with you if you'd like. And she just texted me tonight and said, yes, please share the videos. So all of that just because I commented on somebody's question. So this is where you get the opportunity of people coming to you when you're commenting on other people's issues. So this is where I want to really encourage people to, and that's boom, that's a name on my sheet. That's another way of, you're not looking for a name came to you because you commented on somebody's hardship. So finding those groups where you can do that. And I've done it on Matsu Who to Use. Somebody has said, best place for gut health. And I do the same approach. There's some awesome advice here. I love what everybody's saying, chiropractic care, this or that. I found relief. I had a major gut issue, but you can also use other people. Anyone who's gone through stuff. Tony, I've used your story before. I have a friend who, all of her kids she had an empty nest and all of her kids were gone. And she really felt like, things were just done and this was it. And she was just going to get old and age and start being on medication. And she's running marathons. She's run Ironman. She's amazing. And, I can share about the products that she got on if you're interested. So it's like, use people's stories to get a step in the door. Use my story, use Mitzi's story, use all the stories we read through Plexus. I have a friend. And this is where we can add to, I have no idea how I got off on that, but that's what that's one way to do that. And it's
building relationships.
Yes, building relationships, exactly. And this girl accepted my friend request, and now we're talking. And whether she uses my product or not, she's going to go in my forever follow-up. There's one gal who, she's got 8 kids, and I have been following up with her for a year. And I love her to pieces. We have never met her in person, built a relationship. And she said she wanted something she could work from her phone. And I was like, girl, I got something you can work from your phone. And she keeps coming this close. She has come this close to signing up 5 times. And every time it's just like one more thing. I'm like, it's okay, Tisha, you tell me when you're ready. You know where I am. And every once in a while I check in on her. I was like, hey, we got like this $1 special. I'm about to follow back around and go, hey, Tisha, it's only $1. So it's just that whole process. They go in your follow-up and you just keep following up. And before you know it, they end up signing up. So anyway, yes, it is all about relationship building. So this is not pushing you to ask 5 people to join Plexus. This is pushing you to find 5 people to build a relationship with. And look at it this way, like next week or the week after, put a couple of them back on here. and follow up with them. So you're not going to put them on the very next day. I want you to be relationship building with 9 different people this week. But then next week, put some of them back on there so that you're building that relationship back and pushing yourself to reach that point where you can ask the plexus question or offer, not even just ask the plexus question, but offer a solution to something they're going through. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for the solution. We've got the solution. We've got it. You're just waiting for the opportunity to share it. So build that relationship, look for their need, because that's what you want to do. You want to fulfill needs. You don't want to ask them to buy something. So that's that relationship building. You want to get to know them enough to find out a need that you know you can fill. So that's what you're looking for. So yes.
All right.
I hope that was talked a lot.
Okay. I was thinking a couple of different things, jumping tracks here. On our events that are inside the page, there's, what do you call it? Like there's places to put things like documents or videos or at the top.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? And I don't know if it's possible to do that with our event. So if somebody's looking for something besides just the hashtag, if they could go in there, and I don't remember if you can make your own files up there, or if they're just what Facebook has decided that we need. But is that possible to stick them up there?
So kind of put, events.
But that's more like a calendar, right?
Calendar, yep. Files. That's literally files.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in PDF form shows up there.
Yeah.
Topics. Oh, cool. Topics stores all of our hashtags. Look, there's 6 in Lose the Fluff.
All right.
This is really
cool. Oh, I didn't know that.
So in topics, if you click on topics, it shows all the hashtags that are used in here. Guides.
Cool.
Oh, units is no longer a unit. It is now a guide. Interesting. They changed the name. I could make an event guide, and we could post it in the guide, and it would pop up in the main news feed, but then it would be stored in the guide.
Yeah.
But we would have to get into the habit of going into the guide. Yeah, I can create another guide, and we could call it Lose the Fluff. And then if we made it Lose the Fluff, then you guys would just have to go in and make sure you post in that guide. I'm so sorry.
So if we post it in that guide, would it show up on the regular page?
Yep.
So that's just where we would go post.
Exactly.
That makes it a lot easier. I would think it'd be easier to find is what I'm thinking.
Yes. I like it.
Oh, I had one more question. When we invite potentials and not actual ambassadors or customers, I don't know. It's fun to see who's added to the page and all these people are being added, but shout outs really take up a lot of, in spurts, they take up a lot of space, especially if you're just adding potentials.
Right.
I don't know.
I still really just love that idea of a welcome post. We just couldn't make it stick, mainly because I delegated it out and then it got lost. So we need to do a welcome post every month, and then we can welcome people in the welcome post.
Or in the guide, and then in the little tabs at the top, can you do a welcome group up there?
We could do a welcome guide.
And then have people put their welcomes up there?
We could.
But then it would still show them. Wow, what happened?
I don't know.
It would still show up down below and still make a lot of clutter. I don't know.
It would probably stay better organized in a welcome post
Mhm.
because it would just be in the comments. So the only thing you would see is that same welcome post, which isn't a bad thing because it brings attention to information. So I'd still like to do that welcome post. So you're saying guides for events. And then possibly welcome post. Okay. Cool. Okay, I'm afraid that my upstairs is going to be destroyed because everybody got really quiet. Oh, yes.
Question here. I don't want to add any more of the confusion, but the welcome posts are those are the ones who've signed up that have joined. But if we are preparing to open our team page to adding it to potential customers as well, it would be nice to recognize those people. So maybe at the end of the first week, we can make a list of those names of the people and say, those are the people who were just recently added to the team. I don't know. So
No, Mitzi, no, that's a good point. What I think we would do is change the welcome post to be just welcome to the page. And here's some information and here's how to find information. And we're excited to help you on your wellness journey. And then anyone and everyone, if you have somebody who you just gave a sample to and you invited to the page, you could tag them in that welcome post and be like, hey, we're so excited you're here. This is a great place to ask questions. And that way you're right. So it's not just geared towards customers or ambassadors. It could be geared towards everybody so that everyone could be welcomed.
So what was involved with writing up that?
Really, it was just an overall,
Was there anything graphically, anything special knowledge that she needed to do that? Or that was just find a picture, make a welcome, say howdy, howdy.
And then it can be the exact same wording. Like you can literally go and search welcome. The last one she did was December 1st. And then every month, just change the date or change the month. So it's welcome to our new December Renewed Hope friends. Great to meet you. We're so happy you're here. To get started, here are a few resources. Here's a great video to watch to get started on your journey. Printable protocols. Click announcements in the top menu bar for this month's special. Click on units to find all helpful information. Want more products or info to read, and then team Zooms, team fire Zooms. And see, she's so funny. She changed it to December, but she left all of the team Zooms and the team fire Zooms in July. So the dates are all wrong. So it would just be a matter of changing the dates. We might need to change the wording just a little bit. And like this video is my welcome to Plexus video. Thank you for ordering. So that one needs to be changed to the triplex video. Do either that or the new wellness video that they came out with Immune Plus. So if you want to copy this and then just change it up a little bit, and then it would just be changing the month. So changing, you could totally leave team Zooms on there. I would love for potentials to jump into our Zooms. And then you can, it's great to have a teaser. You can be like team Zooms and team fire for those of you who are customers or ambassadors. And that's just a little, curiosity builder. So that's it. It was just the same copy and paste and change the dates.
Okay. I will, I'll work on it and see if I come up with anything
Okay.
not promising, but I'll try.
Um,
That's my reliable word for the day.
yes. Yes, that would be awesome if you wanted to check that out. And you feel free, ask me questions and we can change up some of the wording and stuff like that. But then stick it in a note in your phone. That's where my brain lives, and notes in my phone and sticky notes on my desk. It's ridiculous. Look at this. This is just ridiculous. So yeah, we can make that happen.
Okie dokie.
All right. Well, Ember, I hope you make it to all the way to the end of this recording. That's just super long. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a good night. If you come up with ideas along the way, post them in our power team chat and we'll hash stuff out.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Have a good night.
Bye. You too. Good night.